Hiya, welcome to my channel. I hope you're doing okay. Today I wanted to talk about the subject of gratitude, so if you're interested in that, stay tuned. Okay, so a lot is said about the subject of gratitude. We hear about it more often than not as an activator to get what we want in life. But mostly gratitude is started as a way of life. If you want to be happy, if you want to be well-centered, and if you want to live a balanced life, gratitude is one of the recommended practices that we uphold and we practice on a daily basis. Today I just wanted to share with you some of the things that I feel so grateful about as I go through life, because it's a practice that I have learned. It's a practice I think that I've had from childhood. So first of all, I come from a background where I grew up in a family that gratitude was big. I grew up with a father that constantly reminded us to be grateful for everything we had in life. We really didn't have an opportunity to take anything for granted because he preached humility. He modeled humility in everything that he did. He didn't have any qualms about saying thank you, saying sorry, saying excuse me. He had very good manners. My mother too. So I learned it from my parents from a very young age to always be grateful for everything that life affords me. It's a habit that I've carried through in my life, and I hopefully have passed it on to my son. And today I just thought to share with you some of the principles that I've learned as I walk with gratitude. First of all, I just thought to share some of the things I feel grateful about. And I think I want to underscore that gratitude doesn't have anything to do with a financial investment, so to speak. It doesn't even have to do with something tangible or something materialistic. It's something that you can feel for the smallest of things, like smelling a rose, like a warm house to walk into, like having good friends around you, like experiencing the warm fuzzy feelings of being in love with somebody that you adore. So for me, there's a few things that I do that just overwhelm me with gratitude. I mean, every time I engage in any of these activities, I feel so grateful for them. And you'll be so surprised because they're not really what you'd expect, but I'll share them nonetheless. So one of them is when I get in my car. Every day I get behind the wheel. This is funny because I don't even like to drive. My husband does most of the driving. But every time I get behind the wheel, I am so grateful to just be able to drive myself to where I need to be. For some reason, it's not, despite having driven for, I don't know, despite being a driver for the majority of my adult life, it just never gets old. Every time I get behind the wheel, much as I dislike driving, I am just filled with gratitude that I have this as a mode of transportation. I'm filled with gratitude that it's so easy for me to get from point A to point B, and it just overwhelms me every time. I am so grateful for that privilege, so to speak. Another thing I find myself so grateful for is when I step into the bathroom in the morning. It doesn't matter if I'm taking a shower or I'm taking a bath. I just feel so grateful. Actually, it's not just in the morning, it's in the night as well. In the morning I just feel so happy that I'm clean, and in the evening I just feel so happy that I can wash off the grime of the day and just feel fresh. It's one of the things that I feel rejuvenates me and wakes me up and starts me off afresh, and I'm so grateful every time I get the opportunity to do that. I don't think the water ever hits my body without me feeling, I am so grateful for this. And the third thing I feel so grateful for is sleep. Every night when I get in between my sheets to go to bed, I am overwhelmed with gratitude for humanity and for the ordering of life that allows us 8 hours, well, 4 for me, but generally 8 hours to just rejuvenate, get in bed, lie down, forget, break any negative momentums that have been going on, put every thought to rest, and just sleep and recharge our batteries and start again the next day. I feel so grateful every time I creep in between my sheets and go to bed. I love it. I love it. I love that activity. I just find it to be so restorative. I find it to be so peaceful, and it's a chance to begin again the next morning when you wake up, and I'm extremely grateful for that. And then of course there's the obvious. I'm grateful that I experienced motherhood when I got my baby boy. I'm just grateful that I birthed a human being into this life. I am so grateful for the privilege to raise that boy into a young man. I am so privileged that I get to speak into his life. I get to mold him. And I think in later years I've understood more my role in his life, to be more that he's here to teach me more than I am to teach him. And that really does happen, that I learned so much just from having him as my son. He's so intelligent, and I am so glad that I got chosen to be his mom, to be the one that raised him, to be the one that prepares him to be the one that raised him to be a functioning member of society and to go through life based on the principles that I've taught him. And that's my prayer for him, that he develops into a fine young man and he goes on to do great things. And then of course the very obvious, I am so grateful that I've got my husband. He's an amazing husband, and I'm so blessed to have him in my life. I'm extremely grateful for the life that he affords me. I'm grateful for the love that he showers over me. I'm grateful for the warm fuzzy feelings I get when I see him. I'm grateful that he's lovey-dovey. He's always touching, squeezing my shoulder, giving me a back rub. I am so blessed, and I'm so aware of my blessings, so very much aware of my blessings, and for that I'm grateful. And there's one more thing. I'm grateful for the parents that raised me. I had the most amazing father that explained to me what life was about. And I was so blessed to have a mother that then modeled what life was meant to be like. And between the two of them, they produced amazing kids. Oh, if I may say so myself. But between the two of them, I feel that I got a head start in life, as did my siblings. We've been so blessed to have parents that have loved us. My father has since passed away. It's a couple of years now. We've been so blessed to have parents that have loved us so dearly, so deeply. To have a dad that modeled what a man's love should be for us has made it quite easy to navigate the journey of love, the journey of marriage, the journey of what love needs to feel like. And for that, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for all the opportunities I got in my life just based on the parents that raised me. I'm grateful for the opportunities I worked my way into in my life, the positioning that I was able to engage in to become who I've become. There's a lot more to learn, but I certainly would say that through gratitude, I'm very appreciative of the life that I live. I feel super rich, and not necessarily in things as much as it is in just peace of mind and just a quietening of the spirit. I feel like it is well with my soul. I feel like the universe is unfolding exactly as it should. And not to say that I've got everything I want in my life. Nobody has. Well, I won't speak for everybody, but I'd say for myself, I don't know that any of us can say we have everything we ever wanted in our lives. I certainly don't. But with what I have always been grateful, and I'm learning more and more to be grateful for it every single day, because that's the only way to get through life. It's actually the only way to live life and actually come out on top. So that's it from me. I am so grateful that you stayed and watched. I'm grateful for you too, my subscribers. It's amazing to be making this family for us here together. I would love for you to leave me in the comment section what you're grateful for and exactly how you practice your attitude of gratitude, the things that you do to stay humble and to stay peaceful within yourself. And until then, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, guys.